Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music.
That's right.
Deep in the heart of Texas. Canton, Texas. That's where we're at.
Yep.
Right now. We're going to answer your questions.
Lots of questions.
And I'm probably going to be goofy.
Probably.
And not professional. So excited.
And I don't mind.
First question. Tim Worley.
Hi,
Tim. Got an email.
It's echoing through the... It's echoing.
Hi, Tim.
Hi.
What's up? Been a while, so I figured it was time for a question. Big news for Chapman and Guitar Center this week. What are your thoughts on Guitar Center, a failing company taking a risk on a small, relatively unknown brand, keeping the music alive in Far East Texas?
Like that way.
Yeah, you are. Tim's in East Texas now.
Yes, he is.
Well, great question, Timothy. And there's another one from Gino Ames.
Yes.
Thoughts on Chapman guitars now being sold at Guitar Center? Frickin' Chris Mitchell from CMG Guitars. I'll talk to you later, Chris. And Billy Kidd. Hi, Billy.
Hello.
Thoughts on Chapman guitars now being carried by Guitar Center? Will you try to see Rob and Rabia at their Dallas?
Going here
Stop.
for this RNA. Yes.
Will you try to see Rob and Rabia at their Dallas stop? I know business didn't work out, but I assume you all are still amicable. So there's a trend here. There's some questions. I don't know why people are asking me.
I don't know.
Why they want to know what I think about it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they just announced it. It's a pretty big deal. Chapman guitars now being sold at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
So how about that?
Yeah.
No longer supporters of the mom and pop independent shops so much. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, my thoughts are, I'm not surprised, you know. As the owner of a guitar company, what Rob wants the most is to sell more guitars. That's what he wants, and Lee want. They want to sell as many guitars as possible to as many people.
Makes sense.
That's the goal. What's the goal of any guitar
You want
company
your
owner?
you want your label and you want your stuff to succeed. So you're going to go after whatever avenue there is to help that achieve that goal.
Yeah.
So
you know, whoever can help you sell the most guitars, that's kind of what people do. You know?
yeah.
However, one of my thoughts about that is, you know, getting into bed with Guitar Center or in business with Guitar Center, I think can be kind of risky because they kind of have a history of screwing companies, like especially smaller companies. There was some stuff with them and Egnator, and sometimes not even small companies. Like there was a lot of stuff with them and PV. Like Guitar Center still owes PV a couple of $1 million. This is why you don't find PV stuff at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Even PRS and Mesa, there's some they didn't part on good terms with Guitar Center. Heck, I worked at Guitar Center for about a year, a while back, and there was some stuff back then. They kind of were screwing Elixir, right? There was a point we stopped carrying, when I worked there, Guitar Center stopped carrying Elixir strings. And depending on who you talk to,
Right.
the story is always different depending on who you talk to.
Right.
But back then it was, you know, Guitar Center wanted like another % off of Elixir. They wanted a better deal, and Elixir's like, hey, we're already giving you guys killer pricing. And Guitar Center wanted more, and Elixir said no, and they said fine, no more Elixirs in our stores. So that was back then. I have some friends who were kind of high up in the Guitar Center chain. Various friends, actually, but one of them I was talking to, and he said, by April 29th, Guitar Center will have to mitigate collapse or go under. So by this April of 2019, they're going to restructure.
Yeah.
They're going to restructure.
You never know
or go
who
under.
is going to end up owning or in charge of all that kind of stuff when that thing happens.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff happens.
So it's who knows what's going to happen? We don't know if I don't know that Guitar Center will completely go away, but they're probably like Gibson. They will they may be under completely new ownership in not too distant future.
Right.
So, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure there are some mom and pop stores who are probably not super excited about the news.
Yeah.
You
just have to be careful with that kind of stuff whenever chasing after the name versus what the reality of the situation. And I think too many times in this industry, and this goes for everybody, this is across the board, it seems like, in the industry of just music in general, people chase after this ideal of bigness, and instead of doing it the right way and taking it slow, and it seems like whether it be, you know, back in the day, you remember the Zakk Wylde thing, you know, and guitars, and I mean everybody's done it in some shape, form, and you know they chomp off too much, thinking just because of who I am, it must you know, it's going to be good, it's going to be big, it's going to be huge, you know. And I think that it's, you know, there's some danger in that, and not taking it slow and really feeling things out, and because what's big to somebody might be unknown to others. So I think that that it's a gamble in my mind. I think this is a big gamble for them, considering Guitar Center's history, and it's not good for, like Ryan was going to say, the mom and pops that initially, we know as mom and pops, whenever, and I've noticed this, Ryan probably won't say, but I will, because I don't care. But it's like with mom and pop stores, you know, we go in expecting a certain thing from certain companies, and then when they go back on their word, it seems to crumble a little bit. But you know, it comes around. I'm just saying, you know, things come around. It comes around. I'm just saying. And you just got to be careful. I wish them the best of luck, but I've seen this way too many times. In the small amount of time that we have been here, we've seen so much. Companies come and go, promises, and then it's on sinking sand, and it's just, you got to be careful, especially when it comes to your personal name.
Yeah. In
that aspect of it. You know, we've tried things and it did not work out for us, and it hurt us as a company, and it's our name. So it's not just, you know, we don't have a store called The Music Store. This is RNA, Ryan and Angela Music. So when it comes to your name, you have to be really careful who you get in bed with. Or some people, they almost lost their name because of getting in bed with certain companies. So yeah, I know. You do have to be careful. We've learned a lot of lessons. I mean, there's, like you said, sometimes you don't know with young companies and unknown companies. You don't know what you're going to get sometimes, and sometimes you are promised things, and then sometimes those promises aren't delivered on. And you know, it's like the U.S. government. You know, we go into the political race and we get promised so many different things. Wars ending, tax
vote
cuts,
for me.
Better health insurance. We get all these things. And then you get on the other side and you realize that, you know, war is more political and handshaking than it is actual about. And then there's so much more to it. And then before you know it, all the things that you promised the actual people gets pushed aside. And so, you know, when you deal with even giant corporations like that, I believe it's the same thing. Those giant corporations might promise you the moon, but whenever you get into it and the logistics of it starts to hit the fan, the proverbial poop hits the fan, and then things don't get done. It happened to us with a company. Whenever things on one side of it, and then you got on the other side of it, and things didn't get done. That was
more than one company.
More than one company.
More than one company.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So...
But I've also had some companies who,
oh my gosh,
100%
backing you up,
man.
But that was almost like trial and error, though.
Yeah,
that was through a lot of learning, getting to these companies. So that's, you know.
Yeah, I like that analogy. Campaign promises.
Yeah.
And then the reality of being in government.
Yes, and then the reality.
And we're going through this right now. There's elections coming up in Texas, and all local government,
oh my goodness,
state
so
government.
Many.
Oh man,
Yeah.
It's getting nasty up in here too, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answered the questions or not. Billy said, am I going to go to the Dallas one? Probably not. I'm probably not going to go to the thing because I got a business to run.
Yeah, we got stuff to do.
I got students to teach. When that's going, I'm going to be working here. So probably not going to make it. You know, I wish him the best. I think Revia is the sweetest guy and a genuinely nice guy and one of my favorite current modern guitar players. So I think B is awesome. And, I wish Rob the best in luck in business. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. He's got a legacy to leave for his family. And he's doing what he thinks is best for his company.
Just trying.
And
that's all you can do.
That's all that anybody's going to do. Everybody's always going to do what they think is best for their company. Number one. So thanks for all the questions, you guys. All right. Moving on. Next question. John D. I have 2 questions. First, to peel or not to peel? Those are the questions.
Yeah.
Second, to pick guard or not to pick guard? Watching your vlog, you guys briefly touched on peeling the clear protective sticker thingy off Pickguards.
Sticker thingy.
Yeah, that was with Paul, because Paul's Italian and they leave plastic on everything.
So do black folk.
I said they.
That's not an Italian thing. It is a black. I think it's just ethnic in general.
Italians are ethnic.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know. I leave the plastic on my stuff, like on my control cavities on the back of my guitar.
Or just poor folk thing, because you want to keep stuff nice.
Well, not poor folk, frugal folk thing. To peel or not peel, most of my stuff, like on the back of my guitars, the plastic's still on there. If it came with it, it's still on there. But I'm not against peeling. Yes. You should peel if you want.
Yes.
Now, Pickguards.
Anti-peel.
Pickguard, I don't like Pickguards. Like on Les Pauls and single cut style guitars. Like Angela has a Les Paul that came with a Pickguard. It's sparkly, it's awesome. And I took it off. Because I think it looks better with it off. Why cover up that beautiful finish?
Yes.
With
It has that mute kind of color to it.
Yeah. So I'm all for no Pickguards if you can remove it. Now, like on a Gibson Explorer, you got to have it. It's not coming off. You've got to have the Pickguard because it's covering routing and stuff. But if possible, I'm no Pickguard. And peel or no peel, I don't. It's fine. Either one. Sometimes I peel. Sometimes I don't peel.
Right.
It just depends. Got to say, both you guys, positive vibe is a breath of fresh air with all the negative stuff going on in the world. It's nice to click on your channel and get a good feeling watching. Thanks. Thank you, John D. That's very nice of you. Appreciate that. We've gotten a lot of very nice comments lately from people who appreciate our vibes. Although I got one today that kind of ticked me off.
Yeah, there's always going to be 1 or 4.
1 or 4. It happens. Thanks, John.
That's life.
Yeah. Next question, Darren Faye. Is it Faye? Did you say Faye? I think it's Faye. If I'm wrong, let me know, Darren.
Or Faye.
Yeah. Sirvas is the Irish word for bitterness. Pronounced Sirvas.
Yeah. It looked like Sirbahas.
Yeah, it's spelled
like
Sears.
Yeah.
Searbhas. Pronounced Seervass. Sirvas. That could be a cool name if there were any Celtic blood in your family trees? Question mark? Well, you have some.
Yeah, either that or Scottish. I haven't really nailed that part down. I'm not sure if it's Celtic or not.
Welsh or Scottish?
A lot of Welsh, I know, from my mom's side. But I think we're Scottish. Winton. I don't know. For years, I thought it was Irish, but I might have to just do an ancestry thing and figure it out. Yeah. Get in the database like everybody else.
Yeah. I think I've got some Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom is like a redhead. Like all the red hair.
Yeah. And he has a beard.
Can't see it so much now, but there are red. Yeah. There's red in the beard.
Yeah.
Is my mom a ginger? Does that mean is she a real ginger?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you would consider her. She's just a redhead.
She's too old to be a ginger.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm pretty certain there's some Irish
Yeah.
on this side anyways. There's English for sure. And I'm pretty sure a hefty chunk of Nordic. There's gotta be. There's gotta be some Lawley Vikings.
Yes.
Oh, please. I hope so. Yeah, so, yeah, Paul's like, he's all Italian, man. So I don't know if he would go for that. But that is a cool freaking name. I like that.
It is.
I might use that as a song title if I don't use it as a band name. I probably won't use it as a band name.
Yeah.
I'll probably write a song about Paul, and I will call it Sirvas.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Thanks, Darren, man. Appreciate it. Next question. Chivalry 218. It's one thing to expose your children to music. It's another thing to actually start teaching them an instrument. At what age can you start teaching a child an instrument? Guitar? Question mark. Should I wait until their hands are big enough to hold a guitar neck? Should I bother buying those half scale or 3/4 scale guitars? I'm curious your thoughts since you've probably been through this already. Would appreciate your feedback. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, guitar for kids. Now, with other instruments like piano, I'd say like 5 or 6 years old is great for piano. I've taught guitar lessons. I've taught music
Yeah.
for I don't even know how long. Long time. Doing drumline stuff. And then we lived in Tyler. I taught private lessons at a music studio back in 2000. Gosh, even that long.
Yeah.
What I have
So,
seen
17, 18
as
years.
having taught a lot of young players instruments, guitar, kind of the magic age for guitar is really probably not younger than 10. Ideally like 12 or 13.
Yeah, 9 is pushing it.
9 is really pushing it. I have one student who's been taken since she was 10, and she's doing really well. But that's also not necessarily normal. She's a little bit outside of the normal
type A
range.
personality, very
Driven.
kid.
Yeah, and her parents are
Honor student.
Yeah, she's first chair flute player in the band. So she's
Cheerleading.
cheerleader. So everything she does,
Yeah.
she does. But usually younger than that, not so much. I mean, you can try it. It really depends on the kid.
Yeah.
But in my experience, most of the time, kids like under 10 don't do so well with it.
Yeah. At the very
in
beginning, depending on your teaching program, it seems that doing the one note finger system is fine at first, but then the more complicated 2-finger, 3-finger, 4-finger it gets when you're having to press everything down for that amount of strength and motor skills, they just haven't really developed that until almost junior high when they've done enough sports and things, or gym, PE, and they've had that kind of interaction through school. We've noticed that and that's across the board. It doesn't matter learning abilities. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just across the board. Their mental capacity to understand their hands, especially if they're right-handed, doing a left-hand dominant instrument. It's hard, I think, cognitively for a kid to grasp. Unless, like I said, there's always exceptions.
There are
some
exceptions.
kids that are like 4 or 5 and they're wailing on guitars and stuff, but they already have that understanding. They probably have already proven that since they were very little with that fine motor skills.
And most people's kids are not the exception.
No.
Everybody thinks
Including ours.
their kid. Yeah. I'm talking about my kids, right?
Yes.
Everybody thinks their kid is the one who's going to be the exception to
They'll
the
see
rule.
that little Guatemalan boy playing Metallica, like playing Sad But True, and they were like, yeah, if he can do it, my kid can. No, not really. Not necessarily. You don't know who
Probably
his
not.
dad is. You don't know who his mother is. They could be virtuosos. You don't know.
And you don't know what he does all day, every day.
Yes, and that's
He
probably
might
all he
only do
does.
that.
He doesn't play video games. He doesn't play 7 different sports, So, but yeah, that, I would say, guitar depends on the age.
Yeah. Now, what I would do, and we did this for our boys. Like when Nicholas was 6, I got him this sweet little mini flying V.
Yeah, you've seen
I've used
videos.
it. It's been in videos.
Yeah.
The little mini flying V. Robert played on it when he was here. And I'm like, here, son. And like just a little amp plugged into it. And he would just walk around the house and hold it and bring, just make noise.
Yeah.
Which is all I wanted.
Yeah.
I just want him to hold the guitar and think it was cool and make some noise with it and get kind of, oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Sow that seed of interest so that, when he gets a little bit older, he might be like, yeah, this is cool.
It feels right.
I want to play this. And then when he got older, we ended up giving that guitar to Aiden when he was like 5.
Yep.
And just let them kind of play with it.
Wild.
And if they're attracted to it, they'll do it. If they're not,
they're teenagers.
They're not. And neither one of our kids really care that much about music. I mean, Nicholas plays bass.
Yeah, but
bass
it's not like every day he comes home from work and he's just like playing bass. He's just not.
He's too happy.
Yeah.
To play bass all the time.
That's probably it. I don't know.
So but you just gotta provide it for them, and if they jump in and try it, they'll try it, and I wouldn't necessarily force it. Either.
Personally, after these past year of teaching ukulele, I think ukulele is a great instrument to start a child under the age of 10 on.
What she said.
Because not only are you learning chords, but you're and 4-finger, dexterity on your hand, that motor skill, but that understanding of holding a guitar a certain way, holding your pick a certain way, it's perfect. And the neck is so small. The strings aren't, they're nylon, so they're in plastic. They're easy to, you're not going to get calluses necessarily, but the understanding is there once you get to the next, So I think that's a perfect instrument.
How old is Naomi?
Naomi's 6.
Yeah. She has a 6-year-old taking ukulele lessons. She's probably a little exceptional though.
Yeah, she's a smart cookie. She's very driven. She's a type A personality. She really is. And she'll just sit there and she'll lean back in her chair and she's like, "What is that again?" It's like, E minor. No, she's like getting her fingers on there.
Depends on the kid, man.
Yeah,
it really does. But I agree with that.
Cute.
Let them play the ukulele. It's actually way easier, and so the success and the
playing songs. And moving forward.
It feels good because you hit some success and you feel like you're really progressing. Sometimes guitar can be slow in the beginning stages. It can be very slow.
And that's the other thing too. Yeah.
So, great question, man. Thanks for that. Next question, Clyde Cactus. Hi, Clyde. Hi guys, just a quick bass question. I recently picked up a sweet acoustic bass and was curious how the picking hand should be situated. I'm primarily a banjo player, so I've kind of been playing it like that, but I'd like to learn where to start with actual bass technique. Terrific video as always. Thank you. Well, it depends if you're doing finger style bass with your fingers like a real bass player, or you're using a pick like a heavy metal bass player. So if you're using a pick, you just use a pick. There's not really any difference with your picking. If you're used to picking guitar, the way you pick is on bass. If you're doing fingers, everybody does it different. But in general, you can rest your thumb like on the pickup of the bass. There's the bass back there, but either rest your thumb on the pickup and use your first and second finger over here. Alternate those bad boys. Even if you could do just one. Room, boom, 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 boom. Right? It's a good idea to room, boom, 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 boom. That way.
Right.
So you can either rest your thumb on the pickup, or sometimes you can rest it, like if you're playing on the A string, you could rest your thumb on the E string, on whatever the lower string is. Some of the old basses actually had little thumb rests. You sleepy? We're talking about bass. It'll put you to sleep. I mean, I'm yawning on the inside. So, yeah. That's in general. Now, there's some people's going to say, no, don't do it that way. Some people say, yes, that's great. But that's in general. If you look at a lot of method books that you buy, that's kind of what they recommend. Of course, you can always get as advanced as you want. So, thanks for the question, Clyde. Maybe the Bitter Bassman will make a video for us how to play with it. But he does it wrong with a pick. He up picks everything. Yeah. Because he learned like this, and then he went to picking. He's a bad picker. He can go really fast up picking though, I tell you what. He's the fastest up picker I've ever seen on bass. Next question, Funky Monkey. Attempts at Paul's middle name, because last week we started a contest. Guess Paul's middle name, win an autographed picture of Paul. Jebediah, Socrates, Kermit, Jor-El, Spock, Ingve.
Yeah.
Am I getting warm yet? No. None of those were
Almost
even...
like the middle ground.
None of those were even close.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So, sorry, Funky Monkey.
Yeah.
None of those were Paul's name.
I would love for his name to have been Socrates.
I think Jebediah would have been awesome.
Paul Jebediah DeJaro.
Hey, I know a guy. His middle name is Jebediah. Yo, Jebediah.
DeJaro.
Bring me a calzone.
That would have been like DeJaro.
DeJaro.
Yeah. DeJaro.
Paul is so Texas.
Yes, he's so Texas.
Yeah, that's why he's filled with bitterness.
Yeah.
Next question, John Harpole. What is that amp behind you? That is a Sound Gear bass. Is that pause or pause?
All right, pause.
Or kitty
Or
paws?
pause.
Tell my favorite bitter bass man to try decaf. LOL, Metal Nerds would be a name. Can you talk about the beanie you are wearing and how I can get Angela to make me one? In North Carolina, they are called Toboggans.
Yes.
Is Paul's middle name Tiberius?
James Tiberius Kirk.
Paul wishes his middle name was Tiberius.
Yes, he does.
He wishes with
Yes.
all the wishing there is.
His middle name is Sue. No, I'm just kidding. It's not.
It's Paul Mary Sue DeJaro.
Yes. Marion. Yes.
All right, as far as the amp behind me, there is no amp behind me now, but last week it was the Devil Cat Jimmy. It's actually in front of me now. So I was doing some playing through the Devil Cat last week. Now that is not the secret amp that I'm waiting for arrival. Actually, the secret amp of secretness is arriving tomorrow, according to UPS. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So last week it was the Devil Cat Jimmy, killer amp. I did a video with the play test. I think you saw it, John. As far as the beanie I'm wearing, I was wearing this beanie last week.
I just hit you in the nose. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. How you can order one from Angela. Easiest way is to go on Facebook to her Lawley's Loops page.
Yes.
Put a link in the description. You can message her on there.
Yes. Send me messages.
And discuss.
Orders must be paid in full before completion.
Yes. You must pay up front for your crochet orders.
Yes. Yeah. Send me measurements and size, color.
Yeah, measurements. Because I have a giant cranium. And sometimes she makes beanies based on my size.
His head feels like a stadium.
Yeah. And sends them to her cousin who has the head of a small child.
Yes.
It's fine. We can't all be Viking,
Lordists.
Irish warlords
Yes.
of doom.
Yeah. So yeah, just message me. I have a Facebook page. I have an Instagram page. You can message me on both. People have ordered from both pages. And same name.
Lawley's Loops.
Lawley's Loops. That's me.
They're great. I love it.
Yep. PayPal.
Yeah, if you have PayPal, you can pay for it. I'm getting really sad because spring's about to start. Oh, today's March 1st, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Happy March.
Yes.
March 1st. So when it gets warmer, I'm going to be sad because I can't wear the beanies. It gets too hot.
I know.
Summertime is definitely too hot.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So get them now while you can.
Yeah.
Unless you live in Canada.
Yeah.
And then it's always cold in Canada
Some parts.
and Scotland. All right. Thanks, Paul. Oh, wait. Wrong
John.
question. Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Everybody's like, it's all about Paul.
Yeah. All right.
Next question, Paul Lou.
Yes.
Can you recommend a reasonably priced 2x12 amp cab that will work for rock to metal tones? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, reasonably priced. That is the problem. That is indeed a problem. Because I've been hunting for myself for some 2x12s. It's kind of hard to find. Randall's got some good ones that are reasonably priced, so I'll check into Randall. Jet City, you can. I don't know. We're not a Jet City dealer anymore. Jet City, they made a pact with the devil a couple years ago too. So like they can only be bought from Musician's Friend. Used to be Guitar Center, but Musician's Friend. So they had to dump all of their other American dealers to do the deal with Musician's Friend. Which I get it, I understand. And I like Doug. He's real awesome. He was really nice to us. So,
Yes.
but you gotta do what you gotta do to keep your business going.
Also
It's
true.
all about them Benjamins, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I've used the Jet City 2x12 for a long time, so I think they're great. I'm not up on current pricing with those. What I did is I actually went with the little Marshall 4x12 because it was actually cheaper to get a Marshall, the little like MG series carbon fiber 4x12.
Mm-hmm.
You could get that cheaper than you could get a nice 1x12 or a 2x12. So depends on your price though. You said reasonably priced, so that depends. $500. Why did you hit me?
I don't know. I was trying to get the hair out of my head.
$500 might be reasonable to one person, and $250 might be reasonable to another.
Mm-hmm.
$100 might be reasonable. So it really depends. But I needed an extra 4x12 for one of our lesson rooms, and I got to say, I went with the little Marshall because it was like $279 for a 4x12.
Very nice.
It's great. Definitely check the used market though, because you're gonna get a lot of bang for your buck if you go used.
Awesome.
I like Mesa Boogie.
I
Personally.
like the boogie.
I like the Boogie. Now you could get a Devil Cat. You could get a Devil Cat 4x12 from us. They come Celestians, B30s, good stuff. But it depends on what you mean by reasonably priced. So let me know what you think a reasonable price is. Thanks, Paul. The Great Gazoo. Hi, The Great Gazoo. If you play a song for Beelzebub, will your rig burn up? I think because last week we talked about playing in church. My worship guitar rig.
Yes.
No. No, because I've actually played some Led Zeppelin and Metallica in church before. And the amp did not catch on fire.
Yeah. We don't play for Beelzebub.
I don't play for him. I don't play songs for him. I might play songs that he enjoys, but I don't play for him.
Yeah, there's quite a few of those.
And if you don't know, God gave rock and roll to you. There's a song about that. Put it in the heart of everyone. So God's the one who gave rock and roll to people.
Right.
Beelzebub just twisted it and gave you black metal and punk.
All right. Awesome.
Final question. Final question. Thank you guys for sticking with us.
Speaking of Beelzebub.
What? Why do you want to do that?
Cause.
Why are you okay. Paul DeJaro.
Not because it's Paul, because of what he's about to say.
He says, what the actual how did my middle name get brought up at all? Question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation point.
Oh, goodness.
Final question.
I don't even remember why you brought it up. I don't know. Why did we bring it up?
I don't remember. I think you brought it up.
I know, but I don't remember the context.
Why did it get brought up?
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
Because we think I don't think your name is funny.
No.
I think your name's awesome.
We think it's funny how much you are so sensitive about it when it's not a bad name.
Yeah. It's an awesome middle name.
It is very awesome.
Awesome. I mean, it's not as awesome as my middle name.
Yes.
My middle name is
awesome.
Fantastic.
My
middle name's the best middle name ever.
Your middle name is awesome.
Awesome.
His name is awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I don't even know how. I don't remember. I guess I have to go back.
Kill me.
Yeah, he's.
This is gonna be like the mom. This is gonna be like the mom car incident.
The what?
This car being a mom car.
Oh. Don't tell that story. I want him to just keep. I want him to keep being my friend, Angela. I've only got so many friends.
He knows I love him. He is a brother to me. And what do little sisters do?
A troubled, bitter brother.
Yes.
He's not troubled.
Yeah. Of course, we had to bring it. I had to bring up your middle name for some reason, and I think it's funny that everybody wants to know your middle name now.
Everybody.
Look at these great, you know.
And that wasn't even out. There was a lot of comments. There was a lot of comments. We didn't read them because they're comments, not questions.
Comments, right?
There were a lot of comments on that video. Guessing. A lot of people want an autographed, glossy Paul DeJaro.
I know.
Autographed
I'm making
picture.
you famous. Stop complaining.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Trying to help you sell some music.
Yeah. You know what kind of influence I have?
Too big, too soon. Too
Too
big, too
soon.
fast.
Yes, chomping it off.
Running into
Chomping
problems.
it off.
Running into problems. So, there you go.
Yes.
That was final question by the bitter bass man himself.
Yeah,
So
he's mad at me.
he was fired up.
And no one's guessed.
No one's guessed it yet. Competition is still going.
Yeah. Even our son doesn't even know. Like, our boys don't even know his middle name. And
how crazy is
they've
that?
been
I thought
begging
they
me,
did, for sure.
I mean, almost to tears. Don't you love me? Don't you love me? Tell me Uncle Paul's middle name. I was like, no.
I do love you.
I do
but no.
love you. But
Don't I feed you? Don't I feed you? Don't I
Yes.
buy you clothes and
Exactly.
electricity
Children.
and
No.
food and transportation? That
Yeah.
should be love.
They're all talking about snatching his wallet while he was in the back room. Him and Brianna were going to look at his wallet because his wallet is his phone. So they were like, we were just going to look for his driver's license.
Sneak peek.
I was like, that's smart, but don't do that.
Unless you want to die.
Yes, exactly. Oh, gosh. So good.
So thanks,
good.
thanks for the final question, Paul.
Yeah.
I love it. So if you guess Paul's middle name, you'll get an autographed picture of Paul.
Yes, you'll get a picture. Yeah.
Maybe an RNA sticker.
Yes. We should do like a really dumb, like Comic-Con, like Paul's traditional Comic-Con photo. You know, like we're nerds going to see Paul, you know? And we're like...
That's
he's
awesome. We can do that.
Like, who was it that he took a picture with?
Who hasn't he taken a picture
No, the Ash.
of? Oh, Evil Dead guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, he's going to kill us.
I forget his name. A minor B movie actor.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. I see.
I remember it. He did.
He was in Spider-Man.
I remembered Paul. He did not.
He was in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If you've seen Spider-Man, he was in the good Spider-Man.
So it's like his picture with Bruce Campbell. Yeah.
Paul goes to all the Comic-Cons and gets pictures with all the famous people.
Oh, man. William Shatner and
Jean-Luc
Stewart.
Picard.
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
And Robin.
Adam West.
Adam West, Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Xena and what's her name?
Yeah.
Gabriella.
Gabriella. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty cool. Anyways, we got off subject.
Yeah, we chased a rabbit trail. All right. So that's all the questions for this week. If you have a question for next week, put it below. We will try to answer it as best we can. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe because we're doing all kinds of crazy stuff all the time.
Yep.
And you might enjoy it. You might hate it.
More crazy stuff to come.
I don't know. We're going to get even more crazy.
Yes.
I think.
And unprofessional.
And unprofessional.
And goofy.
And goofy. That's what I like to do. Yes. Somebody left a comment that said they didn't like my review of a guitar because it was too goofy and I should be more professional. And I'm like, stop watching my videos. Problem solved.
There you
go. So, anyways. All right, that's it. We got to go to Walmart and get what
again. I got to get buttons.
Buttons because you're crocheting things. Mm-hmm. She's got to go get crochet supplies.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need the music real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad. Especially dealing with humans.
Yes.
Music makes living with humans bearable.
Yes. It really does.
I needed a lot of music today.
I need a t-shirt that says that music makes living with humans bearable.
Yeah, we should make that t-shirt.
We should.
We'll put it up on our Teespring store. If you want an RNA t-shirt, by the way, go to our Teespring store. In the description.
In the description.
Send us your money. But get a shirt. Get a shirt. It's a trade. It's a give and take.
Yes.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Chapman guitars.
I guess.